All right, family, they say Captain Ibrahim Traoré is a dictator. Really? Do you think Captain Ibrahim Traoré is a dictator? The president of Burkina Faso that we all hold in high esteem, the man that we all respected. They said he is a dictator. Do you believe that? Do you think Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara, is a dictator? I don't know. I don't know about you. But let's find out the reason why they are saying he's a dictator. If you believe it or not, let's find out. All right, my people, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has suspended more than 100 NGOs and civil society groups. You see, because of this, a lot of people are saying that this man is a dictator. He is a dictator. Do you believe that? Now, why would he close the NGOs in the country? Why would he do that? This is the reason why he closed down the NGOs. The NGOs are supposed to be non-governmental organizations giving arms to the needy and the poor in the societies and helping families, helping widows, building health centers, schools, and many more. Are you getting me? So why did he decide to close down those institutions? He decided to close them down because, well, the administration of Captain Ibrahim Traoré is saying that some NGOs are helping terrorists or jihadist groups in the country. Yes, with money or information, they are doing that. So because of that, he decided to close them down. That is the first explanation or their view of what is happening in the country. So Burkina Faso is accusing the NGO of helping T groups with money or information in the country. Yes, that's what they are talking about. Number two, the government says many NGOs are controlled by foreign countries and interfere in Burkina Faso businesses. Now, what do they mean? It means that when the government is doing something or sometimes trying to what, get things done in the country in their own perspective, in their own way, these people interfere. These people say, oh, why are you doing that? This is against human rights. This is that. This is that. You know, those kind of things. A lot of things that they are interfering in. So you can see that sometimes the government does not have control over his people or their people, what they should do for their people because of these NGOs. They are corrupting the minds of the individuals or the citizens. So because of that, Captain Ibrahim Traoré administration is saying that they are closing them down. They have shut down a lot of them. That's the second point. Now, number three, the government says that some NGOs did not follow rules or register properly. So that is why the NGOs were also shut down according to the administration of Captain. Yes, some of the NGOs do not register properly or they are not following the rules of the country. So because of that, they shut them down. Yes, that's the 10th point. Now let's go to the last point, and the last point contains some key factors, main objectives. Now they say what Burkina Faso has a new law. Yeah, the new law says this is what the new law says: the leadership of NGOs must be done by opposition, by Burkinabe people. Do you get that, or do you understand that? Let me break it down for you. The captain is saying that the NGOs leadership must be Burkinabe citizens, must be Burkina Faso citizens in the country, or the leadership, like maybe the manager, the one in charge of the NGO must be the citizens of Burkina Faso. Yes, you don't want this foreign leadership. You don't want people that will be out there controlling this organization. No, because these people feed their people a lot of information which are not about the country, but tarnish the image of the country. That is what they are trying to what stop. Because you know, sometimes you see many of these NGOs in many African countries are controlled by foreign entities. They are controlled by foreigners. Yes, America, Europe, Asia, all those people, they are controlling these NGOs. So they are behind it, and they can pass many ways to do their things in the country because of these NGOs. So Captain Ibrahim Traoré is cracking down on these NGOs in the country. So right now, if you want to operate an NGO in Burkina Faso, then the leadership must come from Burkina Faso. Yes, not from America, not from Europe. It must be a citizens of Burkina Faso. Yes, that's what is going to happen. Number two, all the money from the NGO must go through the government bank. Yes, which means that whenever money is going to be transferred into these NGOs in the country from America or Europe, the money must pass through the government bank, not private banks. Not private banks. Again, yes, listen to that very carefully. Not private banks, government bank. Why are they saying this? They wanted it to pass there because the government want to monitor. Yes, it allows the government to be able to check, to cross-check where the money comes from and where the money is going when it is being transferred out of the bank. Are you getting me? When it's being transferred in, they know the source of the money, and when it's being transferred out, they know where the money is going to. That's what they want to take notice of. But when it goes to private banks, they don't have the way to get to know a lot of things because it is private. It is private. Are you getting me? Then you have to go by force, but you don't do things like there are rules and regulations. There are laws governing the world that we are living in. Are you getting me? So that's what the government wants. That now it is strict rules. Make sure that what the money pass through the bank of the government. Yes. You know what? The government is doing this just to crack down on the T groups. Yes, to know where they are getting their funds from, because things are happening in the country. These T groups in the country are getting money, are making themselves rich, getting weapons and unaliving people. You get it? And the people behind it, we all know the people behind it. But the government want to stop this and they want to crack down on where the money is coming from. That's what the government wanted. So that's why all these procedures are being taken in place. They want to know who is sponsoring these people in their country through these NGOs, because you know sometimes these NGOs can be the betweener of sponsoring all these things happening in the African continent. Are you getting me? Now the last one is stricter rules. The government says that NGO must register and makes account of everything. Yes, they also have to what? Make sure that one person leads the NGO, but not for so many times or too many NGOs. No, you don't want that. You can't lead the NGO over here and be leading multiple NGOs. No, they don't want that. If you are in this NGO, fine now, let somebody also control another NGO. You can't be the head of all the NGOs. You can't be the leadership. No, they don't want that. They don't want that thick thing. Yes, that's what they don't want. And moreover, after that, they don't want these people to involve themselves into politics. Yes, they don't want them to associate themselves with politicians. They don't want that. So that if you did not like the government that is on, then they can switch to the other opposition party and be telling them things and be sponsoring them, doing a whole lot of devilish things in the country. Don't want that. Don't put yourself into politics. If you're an NGO, nobody from that NGO to put themselves into politics. You don't want that in the country. That's what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is saying over here. Now, for context, Burkina Faso is run by this man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He came in when he saw that the country is not serving the interests of the people, but France. Because France got so much out of Burkina Faso, but Burkina Faso did not get much in returns. So that is why Captain Ibrahim Traoré came into power, to correct the mistakes of the previous leadership. Yes, he said, no, we are not going to need you anymore. We don't need you anymore. We are going to run the country by ourselves. That's what he said. So when he came into power, he changed a whole lot of things in the country. He kicked out the French out of the country and moved away from them. Then back, French military are stationed in Burkina Faso. Yes, and the rest of the two Sahel states, they are stationed over there. But now they all ask the French army to leave because they don't want them anymore. Because why are they there at the first place? They are there because they are there to help Burkina Faso or the AES state to fight against terrorism. That's the reason why they were there. But when they were there, the objectives that they were there are not being fulfilled. For so long, they are not doing their duty. Yes, but Burkina Faso or the AES are paying them for their failure. Are you getting me? They are always paying them millions or billions of euros to be there and fight terrorism, but the objectives are failing. How come the one of the most powerful army in the world, how come they could not bomb these terrorists with all the weapons that they have? How come they do not eliminate these terrorists? Yes, they have agenda. You see, this all does not make sense sometimes when you look into it. Yes, because these are experts. How come they did not eliminate this thing? But whereas when the people of Burkina Faso or these AES states go, they can be able to bring down some terrorists. They'll be able to be giving it to these terrorists. So how come they say, okay, we don't need you anymore, go, we don't need you anymore? France was angry. They don't want to leave. Yes, that's what they did. They felt like they're entitled to this country because look at this. They colonized all these countries here, and France always feels like those countries are their birthright. Yes, they always feel like all these French-speaking countries owes them a lot for colonizing them. Yes, you colonize somebody and you feel like the person owns you a lot because of what? Because they felt like they taught them how to speak French fluently. They taught them how to use fork and knife. A whole lot of things. Like, yeah, it's a little bit funny. That's how it is. So they feel like they are God over these people. So anything, they have to have dominion over them. Yes, they don't like the idea of living. By the way, Burkina Faso said, brothers, we don't need you. Bye bye, Mr. Failure. We don't need you. You see, you get that? So now they are accusing Burkina Faso of behaving differently. Why? Because they are not on the grounds in the name of NGOs, using NGOs. Over there, they are not on the grounds. Yes, terrorists are on the grass. They don't have any means to give them money or what? Yeah, get money from them. They don't have any means. Yes, because that's the only best means they have, and it has been busted. It has been busted. So that's the reason they are saying that. Now, listen to me very carefully. Some citizens in Burkina Faso can also involve themselves in this by creating NGOs in the name of the foreigners because they have been asked to do so. Because maybe one guy in the village or one old man in the village where he is poor, he need money to fund some kind of lifestyle. So, do you think if he's been given that opportunity, they call him secretly and offer him some kind of huge amount of money? Do you think he's not going to do that? He's going to do that. Yes. Africans too are some of the problem. They are going to do that, and that's where Captain Ibrahim Traoré is cracking purposely on these things. Yes, because they want to destroy this thing or crack down on this thing because they want to know the means where these people are getting their funds from. The TT groups, yes, that's what they want. So right now the rules are very simple. Leadership must be a citizen of Burkina Faso, not a foreigner. NGO must what put their money in Burkina Faso banks, the government bank, not private bank. Yes, and NGOs must register and make account of everything. And lastly, one person must not lead too many NGOs. Do you get that? Yeah, let's listen to this man.
Évidemment, ce sont des obligations que les intéressés se sont donnés. Il faut bien sûr retourner vers l'administration pour dire oui. Bon, soit on a renouvelé le bureau et on notifie à l'administration qui prend acte et conformément à la volonté donc des membres de l'association. Mais une fois que ce n'est pas fait, évidemment l'administration va constater que vous n'êtes pas à jour et c'est ce travail de salubrité, comme vous l'avez dit, que nous sommes en train de...
Now, let me ask you, do you think Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso is a dictator because he has refused NGOs to operate in the country? It's a question. Some people right now are saying that the reason why he is doing that is because he doesn't want to be scrutinized. Yes, he wants to be in power for a long time. They are even going as far as to refer to where he says that democracy is not working for Africans. Democracy, it is not for us. It is a tool to destroy us. So they don't need democracy. They are still experimenting. You will just question.
Are being killed. Is that what democracy is? They act as if they don't see it. There they are with their eyes closed. Young Africans must understand that this notion of democracy is false. It is false. It is just a stick that people hold and use against Africans and certain peoples. That is all. So we must forget this notion of democracy. We must embrace the revolutionary.
So does that make him a dictator? Okay, does being a dictator a bad thing? It's a question. Let's look at this. Muhammad Gaddafi was a dictator. His country was under dictatorship. Yes, but Muhammad Gaddafi did many things for his country. The first president to bring the biggest project of irrigation in the world. Then back in Libya was desertic. There was no water, no winds, no trees. But Gaddafi brought in water from the ocean by creating holes underground and let water into the country. He changed everything. He spent billions of dollars just to make the country or make the people live a comfortable life in the country. He changed so many things in the country. Then back before Libya became a country, there were people there, but they couldn't do that. When Gaddafi came, he did all those things. Yes, but he is a dictator. The landscape of Libya changes from desert to greenlands with water flowing. He also makes sure that the Libyans never have to suffer. Every Libyans get the shares of the oil money. Yes, whenever oil is being sold, every citizen get their shares. Yes, the only man that has ever done it. Nobody. Even nobody in any African country has done that. The only man that has ever done it. Then back in Libya, when Gaddafi was alive, even new married couples were getting funds from the government, were getting new apartments. Yes, he did all of that. And under his watch, Libyans prospered than many other African country citizens. People, yes, Libyan prospers. But now, what is happening? So, do you think he is a dictator? Yes, he is a dictator, but he does things differently. He doesn't kill, he doesn't murder. Yes. Despite time comes that things got up, but still he still changed a lot of things in the country. So does that make Captain Ibrahim Traoré a person that is close to Gaddafi, or that is a lookalike of Gaddafi is going to do the same thing? No. He also has his way. He's also a different person. Yes. So you can't just think that this person is trying to do the things to benefit his people, the interests of his people. Then because of that, you see, these people start calling him a dictator. Not by Africans, but the white people, those foreigners who start feeding the people of Africa that this guy is a dictator. They have started it for a very long time. This guy is a dictator. He needs to be checked. This guy is a dictator. People should remove him. That's what they will say. Stupidly. Our people, too, if they don't take time, they will go and do their nonsense things. That's why Libya is suffering right now. That's the reason why Libya is suffering right now as we can speak. Just imagine Gaddafi were there. You will see how Libyans are going to be. You will see how that country will be there. Yes, we understand he is a dictator, but you see, there are many countries in Africa where leaders are old, but they are still sitting there. Do you know why they are not saying they are dictator? Because they serve the interests of those people. They don't serve the interests of their people. That's why they are still there. Imagine they are not serving the interests of those people. They are serving the interests of their people. You will say they are dictators. Wise. It should be wise. That's what is happening. I will not doubt the fact that they are bad dictators and they are good dictators. They are. Yeah. Some kills and do a lot of things, but some change the country. Yeah. Serve the interests of their people. That's what we know. That's the fact. Are you getting me? So guys, what do you think about it? Do you think because of this Burkina Faso leader Captain Ibrahim Traoré is a dictator because of what he's doing? He has shut down some NGOs and refused NGOs to work in the country because he wants to crack down on all this war and see where these terrorists in the countries are receiving funds from. That's what he wants to do. So do you think he's a dictator or he's just serving the interests of his people? Whatever you think about this thing, just let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching this channel. Peace.